Hey guys, and welcome back to my channel. I just wanted to go ahead and hop on here and film a little video for This Is 30. And I wanted to talk about today moving away. So I wanted to talk about that because I just feel like a lot of people will be moving away here in the next couple weeks in this month of August. And I just wanted to talk about maybe a little bit my experience, why I decided to move away, why I feel like it was so great for me, and just kind of share a little bit. And I thought it was a good time. So I actually have been talking to a couple customers at the store lately about it, and I just feel like it's brought up some memories and some things. And yeah, so I just think it's I don't know. I think a lot about it, and let's find out. So let's jump into it. So I think that everybody should move away. I think that it's like kind of how, you think about like a baby bird, right? Baby bird is raised and they grow up and their mom pushes them out of the nest and they fly and then they go off on their own, and they get to learn how to be them. They get to learn how to be independent and grow and fly and fall and not have people there to catch them. So when I was 18 years old, I decided to move away, and I was born and raised in Sarasota, Florida. I have all of my family here. Well, I wouldn't say all of my family, but I mean, pretty much all of my family here. All my grandparents, all my aunts, all my uncles that are immediate. I have great aunts and uncles that are in other parts of this country and state, but yeah, so I decided to move away, and I moved to Boone, North Carolina, which is about a 12-hour drive. So, and I had never seen snow even, and I decided to move to Boone, North Carolina, in the middle of the mountains, Appalachian Mountains, to be exact. And you know what? I feel like it was one of the greatest things I ever did. I literally packed all my crap into my little car, and my grandparents bought like a tow hitch U-Haul and put my car on a trailer and literally towed my car up to Boone and dropped me off. I don't mean it like that. I definitely talked to them, and I definitely asked for their help, and my grandparents, all my family is so supportive. So I'm very, very fortunate in that sense. But my grandparents were very supportive, and they wanted to help me. So they moved me up there, and I was up there I moved there in May of 2007. Maybe not May, maybe June or July. But about this time in 2007, I moved up there. And then I moved back to Sarasota, Florida in September of 2014. So I was in a different state for about 7 years. And in those 7 years, I really learned how to be Autumn. So, the first 15 years of your life, you grow up and you're figuring out, I think about my son, you're figuring out how to walk, eat, talk. Then you're trying to figure out emotions. Then you're trying to figure out other people, how to read, how to do math, You're just trying to figure out like the basic survival skills, right? Then you become about 15 and you start to try to figure out you, right? And especially me, I had a very supportive family. You have so many influences on you, and I don't think people always necessarily mean to be controlling or shove their opinion down your throat, because I feel like people, when they love you, they want what's best for you, and what they feel like is best for them, sometimes they feel like is what's best for you. And it's not a matter of if it is or if it isn't. It's that's what they feel like is right. And if they love you, they're going to try to protect you and care for you. So I feel like I had a lot of that, and not in a bad way, but my parents are divorced, so I have 3 awesome parents. I have a mom and I have 2 dads, and they're not gay. I have my stepdad and my dad, and so I had 3 parents, and I have all my grandparents, and I have, like I said, aunts and uncles who are very involved in my life. So I had a lot of opinions, and I had a lot of influences and a lot of mentors. And I feel like I was being pulled so many ways as a teenager, and not even in a bad way, now that I look back. But you know, they call it teenage angst for a reason, because like you're just trying to figure out yourself. So when I moved to North Carolina, I definitely decided that, you know, like, this is my time to figure out me. Like, I don't have to figure out what works for anybody else. I can figure out what works for me, Autumn. And that's what I did. And when I was in North Carolina, like, I struggled, you know. I didn't know people. I didn't have people to spend holidays with. I made really great friends. Like, some of the best friendships I have were probably because of that. Like, I had to rely on my friends, and that taught me how to give and how to receive and how to build relationships. And like, you know, my lifetime best friends are from North Carolina now, which it's kind of like my heart's in 2 places, because my like lifelong friends are in North Carolina and my family's in Florida. But it forced me to make more than just friends, to make lifelong bonds with people, and to go out into the world and to have to be able to ask for help. You know, there was times where I would have to move, or, you know, like, just things like, you know, there was times where I was in unsafe situations, and I had many of friends that like helped me, like literally like showed up at my doorstep right when I needed them, or called me because they knew that I needed somebody. And not to say that people wouldn't do that for me in my life here, but you know, it was just, it helped me grow. It helped me grow to understand people. It helped me grow to understand myself. It helped me to grow to understand what to do to build relationships, what to do to survive on your own. I mean, stuff like all the deposits you have to pay when you buy a new, or not even buy, when you rent a new place, or having to find a new apartment, or move to a new city. It taught me a lot of those things. So I'm very, very grateful for that. And I think that's why I think it's important for everybody to move away, because there was so many times that it got hard. There was so many times that my anxiety was way high because of being in an unfamiliar situation and not being able to call my mom or my dad and be like, help, because they could help, but what were they really gonna do? They were 12 hours away, you know? And I really had to figure things out. I really had to think. I really had to use my brain. I really had to use my resources. And I had a lot of just time to myself, even, to really like come to peace for things. So, you know, hang-ups and things that I had that I like needed to let go or work through, like I had the time, you know, I had nothing but time. I didn't have distractions, and I just did that. I took the time to really focus on becoming Autumn. So not, you know, Autumn, you know, Todd's daughter, or Autumn, you know, Beth's daughter, or, you know, Autumn, the child of divorced parents, like, or whatever. I just focused on Autumn. Who's Autumn? What's Autumn? What do I feel? And I feel like that moving away really gave me that. It forced me to have to survive. It forced me to have to be resilient. It forced me to have to, you know, be encompassing of my surroundings. It forced me to have to adapt. And I think that everybody should do that. I think everybody should go off to college. I think, and you know, I didn't even really finish my degree. I took a year off when I got there so I could establish residency. I went to school for a year, and then I didn't have the money. I didn't have the money to go to school anymore. I couldn't keep up with writing the scholarships, and because I went to school out of state, I didn't get Bright Futures, so I put my education on a pause, and that's why I'm finishing my degree now, which is fine. There's no right or wrong way of doing life. Don't let anybody tell you that. But yeah, that is my rambling ramble about why I think it's so important for everybody to move away. Go, spread your wings, fly, soar, fall straight on your freaking nose and fail. But you know what? It's okay, because you're going to learn the best of lessons. You're going to be able to grow from it. You're going to look back and you're going to say, like, what was I thinking? But you're also going to be so proud that that's where you started and this is where you are. So yeah, move away. And if you're, you know, 30 years old and you're still thinking, why aren't I doing that? Do it. Do it now. Run. Move away. You can always move back, but you can't not experience life, you know? And you can't not, it just forces you to grow. So I think everybody should do that. Move away. Thanks guys so much. I hope you're loving these videos. Please like and subscribe and watch the other ones, because they'll be 30 by the end. See you guys.